12-year-old daughters, excuse me, her 12-year-old daughter and a 10-year-old friend who they brought along decided to go to the bathroom. They said, Mom, I need to go to the bathroom. She said, okay, just meet me back in this aisle. They go in and they come out stunned. The mom's looking like, what's up with you guys? Is everything okay? And they said, Mom, there was just a man that walked into the women's bathroom. So the mom complains to the sporting goods store. There's a man that just walked into the bathroom and my girls were in there. They kicked her out the store. They said, you're being racist and we're not going to tolerate it. Yeah, and as she was walking out the store, because I guess things got a little heated, there were other people. This is in Northern California. It's in San Francisco. It probably is. Oh, wow. Gay capital of the world. They were walking out. There were people that were dogging this mom and her 2 daughters and calling them homophobe and you bigot and you anti-LGBT hater.
This is the kind of change the Obamas want. And that's what the some of these big corporations are out there are going with it.
Yeah.
Because when you see a man in a woman's restroom,
yeah,
and your kids are gonna go in there,
that's wrong.
I mean, that's being a pervert to me.
That's being I want to beat him up.
It deserves a beatdown. I mean, if it was the other way around, I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, your daughter goes in there and she comes and tells you that there's a man in there. Wow. I mean, that just tells me that he was in there for another reason, not because he wants. But that's how the Obamas want us to look at it. Oh, it's okay for them to be, in that bathroom because that's the way he feels, like a woman that day, or vice versa. Right. So that's one of the things that they want to instill in people's heads.
That's unfortunate because you even have the LGBTQ community saying, well, he should have the right, if he identifies himself as a woman, he should have the right to freely go into a women's bathroom. And this is the problem that I have with that LGBTQ community, is that there are men who are perverts. Yeah. Newsflash. There are men that are, pardon me, Lovey. There are men that are perverts. There are men that seize an opportunity. They seek to seize an opportunity to kidnap little girls, molest them, rape them, and now they realize they don't have to drive by a school to do it anymore. All they have to do is dress up like a woman and go to any store that they darn well choose. And they're seeking your daughter or the LGBTQ community. Oh, I'm so angry, Lovey. Oh, I'm not like angry all the time. I'm fairly sweet. I'm very sweet.
Very
Thank
sweet.
you. Yes. But this stuff is not right.
Yes, it's not right. And there was a point I was going to say, but it's okay.
I apologize. No, that's okay. Please help me remember. Okay. It's not right.
Yeah, they just want us to go with this agenda, and we're not. No. So I mean, if we find you and. My kids come and tell me there was somebody else in there. It's a different story.
It's on.
It's on. Yeah, it's on. Yeah. Big time because we're not going to tolerate that. Yeah. I mean, they're not going to change our minds or our way of living here, and they're not. Hopefully, you guys don't compromise and just do the same. Do what God what he leads. Yeah. And it's not of him. What's going on in these bathrooms?
No, it's not.
Because you see, my wife's right. They're taking that, and perverts are taking that opportunity to go in there and do their thing, and it sucks.
It does.
It sucks that our administration is just wants to turn their heads and just lead us that way. I mean, it's just terrible.
It does. It's terrible. And by the way, the name of the sporting goods store, so that you can maybe take your dollars somewhere else. I've never even heard of the store before. And we go to sporting goods stores because our children are in baseball. It's REI. You ever heard of it?
No, I never heard of it.
REI. It's in Northern California. This one here. And we live in California, but we live in Southern California. So, they, I don't know what the store is about, but it's called REI Sporting Goods. So those of you who go to sporting goods, maybe REI, you're of the faith of Jesus Christ, you may want to take your money somewhere else because... if you're a woman, they will allow a grown man to go into the ladies. This is a real headline, and it's on. I got this one from Fox, but it's real. It's made the webosphere. This is really just the hour that we're living in.
Yeah, can I read just the top?
Yes, please.
It says,
please do.
It says, pouring drain cleaner in your eyes, the next trendy social justice movement. You guys know what drain cleaner is, right?
Draino?
Draino,
acid?
Some kind of acid. Yeah, okay. You put down your toilet or your sink.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There was a woman by the name of Jewel Shooping. Jewel Shooping. She has a psychologist. This is an actual headline. Feel free to Google it. We have the headline here. She had her psychologist pour drain cleaner in her eyes to blind her. Just hear the story. The reason that this woman gave is that she said she was it was the same justification given by transgender people who have their genitals surgically removed. Check this out. She says, and I quote, "I really feel this is the way I was supposed to have been born." It's apparently a mental disease or a mental disorder people have, and I'll name it right now. She says, "I really feel this is the way I was supposed to have been born, that I should have been blind from birth." She's 30 years old. Shooping suffers from what's called body integrity disorder. Remembers that she had fantasized about being blind from the age of 6 years old. She acquired a white cane in her teens, and she even learned Braille by the time she was 20. In 2006, Shooping finally found someone to help her realize her dream, which is when the psychologist poured drain cleaner in her eyes. And she said the following: "It hurt, let me tell you. My eyes were screaming, and I had some drain cleaner going down my cheek, burning my skin. All I could think was, I'm going blind. It's gonna be okay." This is a lady right here. Now, there's more. She goes on to say, after waiting 30 minutes before going to the hospital, doctors were unable to save Shooping's eyesight, which gradually declined over the next 6 months. Despite the fact that her sister and mother completely cut off contact with her over the incident, Shooping says she's never been happier. She says the ethics of whether it is okay to take a normal person and make them disabled, I think you can make an ethical case that if you conceptualize this as treating a condition, then it's okay to do. Listen, Dr. Michael First, professor of clinical psychiatry at Columbia University, said that.
Columbia
University. They said if you're going to liken this to, if it's going to make her happy, then yes, absolutely, it's okay. Well, you want to cut off your limb? You want to cut off a foot because you feel like being one-footed? You want to be a kangaroo? Oh no, wait, is kangaroo of 2 feet?
Same thing as you want to go to the restroom? I mean, go in the women's restroom if you're a man.
Come on.
It's the same thing, guys. And,
yes.
and I mean, next thing you know, I mean, my point was earlier about the guy going inside the
women's bathroom.
It's your kids going there, right? Young kids.
Yes.
The Obamas and the just this whole thing is a mess because it's not about the kids.
Okay.
They're not concerned about your children. No. But they talk about you see the president with the kids or Michelle eating McDonald's with the other kids, but it's not even about them because if it was, you're taking care of this quick.
Yeah.
And arresting this man or full investigation on why are you going inside this restroom, right?
Right, on the blank. Because it says here, according to her friend Alan Chase, the fact that Shooping chose to blind herself with drain cleaner is really an inspiring story. He says she's contributed a lot to the blind community. Chase is completely correct. Following in the footsteps of the stunning and brave Caitlyn Jenner, Jewel Shooping should become the next civil rights icon. Just as transgender people were once treated as mentally ill for wanting to slice off their private areas, Shooping's story illustrates how society's judgment of pouring drain cleaner in your eyes as a negative thing is merely another form of vile discrimination. Based on the premises, people who accuse her of being mentally ill and making the wrong decision are bigoted, intolerant, and hateful. And by the way, the notion that body integrity identity disorder is a mental disorder at all is so incredibly ignorant. Why shouldn't people be encouraged to pour bleach into their eyes and hack off their limbs if it makes them happy? And why shouldn't taxpayers be forced to pay it? Especially for reassignment sex operations that we're looking at in these days. So people are going to be encouraged to embrace this, not to cry foul and pray for this woman because she clearly has been oppressed and tormented by Satan since she was a child. No, embrace it. And if you don't like the fact that she poured acid in her eyes to blind her, then you are now a bigot.
Wow, this is just
honey.
Stupid.
This is the world's gone mad.
It's stupid.
That's what I titled the broadcast. The world has gone insane.
Yeah. It's just the twisting of God's creation of what He his plan is. And they were just trying to twist it and put it upside down. And body what is it called? The body integrity identity disorder. Mm-hmm. plain and simple, it's Satan. That's it. That he's trying to twist everything around. That he wants everybody to be in some kind of deformed, right?
Yes.
Some kind of deformed way.
Yes.
Because the devil right now, he is in a deformed way.
Come on.
He's right now. He hates
the image of God.
The image of God.
Yeah.
He hates our face. He hates our bodies. So what is he gonna do next? Is this?
Wow.
Put Draino, cut off your leg because
Wow.
you want to, or cut off your private parts because of whatever reason, and tattoo your face or whatever,
Wow.
or
people are tattooing their eyeballs nowadays.
He's disfigured, so he wants every human, God's creation, to look like himself.
Wow.
And,
instead of being made in the image of God, be made in the image of Satan.
Yes.
He's trying to reorganize and redo God's image.
Wow.
And that's what transgenderism. That's where you got Caitlyn Jenner. Although it's Bruce.
It's Bruce, yeah.
También, right? Mm-hmm. And now the latest thing, honey, moving forward in our society since same-sex marriage, transgenderism being acceptable in society, the military and so forth, the White House. Now the next thing is for pedophiles. The Huffington Post, I didn't print it out, but the Huffington Post put out an article a few weeks ago on behalf of a pedophile, a man who just desires little kids sexually. And they said, it's my turn, hear me out, and don't see me as a bad guy. Hear us out now. And so Huffington Post put a nice lengthy article promoting pedophilia as normal and as a part of society.
But you don't see Obama having a press conference, right?
Wow.
You don't see him coming out for those kids that are
trying to do pedophilia control.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh yeah. A ban on that, right?
Wow.
I mean, he because he still wants. Yeah.
There's perverts in the White House.
Oh, to the max. I mean, he wants that to keep going.
Wow.
Keep going, and this is your children. He's we're talking about.
Dear Lord.
And this man, whatever he was, I mean, he wants his story to come out, or it came out, right?
Yeah.
Huffington Post.
Yeah.
Obama saw that story and probably, he has that's what it is now. Or that's what we want now.
Let's hear them out. Let's include them. We're inclusive society now.
Reminds me of that one movie that at an hour or 24 hours that anybody could do whatever. What is it called?
The Purge.
Yes. The pervert.
The Purgers.
Yeah,
the pervert purge.
That reminds me of that right now it's getting to that hour that everybody... Not everybody. I'm just saying these people that are
the majority of society
in the devil's control that are doing this, and they're coming out, and our government's not doing anything about it. But somebody uses a gun, and they come out. I mean, I don't know. We have the story here.
We do. We're gonna take a break first. Mm-hmm. Let's take a break. We're gonna talk about how. Mm-hmm. The society, the hour that we're living in, the mockers, scoffers worldwide are calling evil good, and how they're going to call good evil. We're going to touch on that right now. Stay tuned. Join us in about 2 minutes. We're going to touch on this gun control agenda that's continuing to permeate through today's society, with every mass shooting continuing to be exploited by this administration, and truth, what we have to say about it by the power of the Holy Spirit, along with that, updates concerning Russia and Syria. It's funny how mainstream media, you have CNN and all the liberal media making sure they're on top of it with this mass shooting and exploiting it for Obama's agenda, and totally forgetting about Russia. Well, we got updates concerning all that. You certainly don't want to miss this next segment.